Specifically, what does she think of you today? So I'm still concerned with the idea of you thinking that because you said something that's a bit troubling that I wish to correct because this is a psychic reading. It's not counsel. So I'm, all right, because counsel leads to many opinion. Okay, so I want to be very specific, and I'll just tell you. I won't make it into a storyboard. I'm saying that the guide said that you are going to gain the contract beyond this probationary period. That's what the that is a prediction. I know it's difficult. I know you got to go through life. I get it, but at the same time, we don't want to allow any room for any type of negative thoughts to play out because you're in a very delicate situation. It's very sensitive here. Your emotions get worked up, and you're like, "What am I fighting for? What am I doing all this for? If I'm not going to make it past probationary period?" When the reading suggests that you're doing quite well and you're going to make it past probationary period. You're going to go beyond into the second phase of the contract, which is to take you to Qatar. That's what. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I'm listening. Okay. All right. Good. Right. Okay. Okay. Sure. Sure. Hmm. Okay. Beautiful. Right. Yeah. See. Exactly. You don't, of course, you don't need her or anyone to check what you would do. These are things you naturally do. You're naturally a trustworthy person, naturally, on your own, before you even met her. Okay. Right. Okay. Sure. Yeah. So I've heard. That right. So people prove every day. Yes, we can prove her. We don't want to do that. So that, but you said that now, according to my readings, she has already enamored with you, so it's kind of like what's expected. Now, today, so I already believe that she's already caught up with you, like she's feeling very comfortable with you. She wants things to work out, and we've illustrated that she needs you. She needs you today, specifically, even moreover. So, definitely the guides are saying that you do have a special place for her, for you in her consciousness. You do. And you earned that, though. You showed her who you are and what you can do. And she's surprised that what you can, you're very formidable. Like you are take charge. You take charge. She likes that in you. There's no doubt. She's confident in you. She's confident that you're not she doesn't want a pushover. She doesn't want you to take your guitar and be intimidated by men or be intimidated to say when something is wrong or you don't feel like you're being as though you're not being treated fairly. She doesn't want that. She likes you. She knows that you will speak up. It's not in your personality. And besides, for the boy, he does need as limiting as it is. I was been thinking, I said, oh, she doesn't take it the wrong way when I went on the bit about, creatives not being able to be timed out. But I was like, oh, she doesn't take that the wrong way. And because it wasn't applied to the boy, that was applied to creative people that you creatively don't get bored like she may get bored. That conversation, but you probably didn't remember it. But it was like it's been weighing on my mind a bit, and then right. So as limiting as it is, the segue to about the boy, She still needs somebody strong, somebody who's steady, right? You have to be steady and firm with the limited interaction with the boy that is possible. But you're still able to, in your own special way, firm enough to where the boy understands you and will say, okay, I will do as you, I'll follow as you say. He needs someone like that. She needs someone like that. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Right. Mm-hmm. Right. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Right. 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 Mm-hmm. 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 Okay. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. Mm-hmm. 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 Okay. 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 Sure. Okay. Mhm. Okay. Okay. Mm-hmm. 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 Aren't you excited? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Nothing's changed. Nothing is changed. And this, this the spiritual guide said that you can achieve this. The only concern was that spirit wanted everybody to know. It's interesting, spirit knows how to do this better than we're human, right? Spirit had to get her information about this journey, about this journey. She had to discover that she's safe. I know that it's important. I've got to protect the boy. Like with her life, understood any mother, but she can't go back and say, I'm so sorry about, no, that's her, that's the boy. He has to be protected. But she also has to protect you, that she has to protect her team, and so spirit had to get her information that she's going to have all the means to protect, and also that she's safe and is the perfect climate, if you will, if you know, even if you think worldly or political climate, if you will. uh beg my pardon, but hey, come on over, please come over and have a great time. I just had to squeeze that in there. Please come and enjoy yourselves. It'll make perfect sense once you arrive, once you get here. Hmm. Hmm. Okay. Okay. Hmm. Okay. Hmm. Right. Hmm. Yes. I'm so happy you read on that. Did you see that coming? Oh my gosh. Hmm. 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 Yes. Hmm. Beautiful. Okay. Right. Hmm. Right. Hmm. Right. Right. Hmm. Right. Hmm. Right. Hmm. Hmm. Right. Hmm. Right. Hmm. Right. Right. Yeah. Well, it's going to remind you so much as London, and the signs are not super complicated. Very similar to that of London. The only thing when visiting London, you're going to one may approach a road, and then not realizing you got to look at the into the opposite direction because that would end pretty badly if you're, I mean, for a pedestrian, right? So it's like it's kind of, like that's the more strange, the most strangest as it gets. That's just probably as strange as it gets. Is like you say, if I said it, like you gotta. Of course, it's natural that, thank goodness, they say, well, you gotta look both ways anyway. So that, there you go. That fixes that. But I don't feel that you're gonna. I think you're gonna find that it's not complicated whatsoever, and that it is as big. Yes, I'm seeing you there vibrationally, and I'm sensing you get it. Like, oh, I got this. Like, I can do this. This is simple. Once you, it just takes a little bit of, like a test ride, like a test, like get into the mindset of the opposites effect. But I don't see you like facing challenges. Hmm. Hmm. I get this. I get the sense that you also feel, like protected as well on the road, and that, like, on, let's say, like a highway is actually exciting because of course, there's such thing as anomalies, right? Like they say, um, you know, they compare planes to cars, but it's like there's anomalies, but it's the roads are big and everything, and everybody's so spaced out that you're not like on top of each other. It's not like wild. It's not wild at all. It's like a tamed road. It's tamed. Think of it like that. It's tamed. Now you do have anomalies, and those anomalies, of course, will make channel news for, like, what's wrong with that driver. But but we're not reading towards the negative. We're just keeping it very light and positive. You're gonna have so much room and space, unless you're going to some city where it's just, people getting off of work, and you get, like, as they say, it's congested in traffic. That's like the biggest hang up, hiccup. Other than that, but still, that's just used pretty much at a standstill, moving ever so many, paces forward. And so, what's the big deal on that? Till you're able to freely go about your way. It's, that it's going to be very highly simple. I hope I simplified it enough. You're gonna get it. I think you're gonna catch on. You're brilliant anyway. Hmm. Okay. Okay. Hmm. Yep. Right. Hmm. Yep. You go. Yep. 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 We're family. We're family. We the guitar is like over there, like they're the highest right now. They're the highest. There's so many reasons why they're the highest, as you would say, to right now the current situation. They've become brothers, brothers and sisters. They're very much loved. They don't occur. We're keeping it positive. They are loved. They are beloved. Uh, Qatar. We're skipping a lot of people. We're skipping the people that they want to see, the whole Christ thing come back. They want to see, they want to be here to see out. We're skipping that group. But like people who are like universally, like, let's first of all, let's work for what the people we have right now. Let's love the people we have right now. We're focusing on this group. We're saying that Qatar are brothers and sisters and like beloved. They're beloveds right now, and it's for so many reasons. Okay. All praises, nothing negative coming from people who make decisions. No, nothing negative whatsoever. And we even have uh like Muslim or people from Palestine moving into political positions as well. Yeah, and that's exciting. Yes, and they're actually accepted. I mean, everybody has their competition, but like yeah, very safe. All I'm implying is that you all are everybody's gonna be safe. I assure you that. That's a guarantee. Safe and feel welcome. Hmm. Okay. Hmm. Okay. 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 All right. Okay. Mhm. Mhm. Right. Okay. Okay. Mm-hmm. 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 Right. Right. Mm-hmm. Right. Mm-hmm. Right. Mm-hmm. Mm. You are so adorable. Yes. Mm-hmm. Okay. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's right. More psychic. Yep, that's right. You are. Yes. Oh, they are messages. They are. You're receiving. Okay. Yes. That's an open channel communication you have now. Good. All right. Mm-hmm. You're right. Yes. Mhm. Okay. Mhm. 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 Right. Right. Mhm. Right. Right. Um, I sometimes I don't get I get the feeling that they're on like a different type of adventure excursion, and that they're not quite with mom. It feels like a lot of, I guess, intersection. I do see strong, I guess, intersections from time to time, but along on this, particularly this trip that you're on your way, you're journeying to, doesn't seem that's where they are. Though I do feel that them, like the dad and this other gentleman, that seems to ring true. That seems to be a connection. Because I always felt, especially the trip to, well, I would sometimes, when I would like imagine and the idea of, potentially coming to America, that there's a man around, there's a man, or a man is doing his, maybe on a different type of journey, maybe not traveling directly with you all, but is in their own journey. And then there's information that is, that mom can connect with this gentleman who is also there present from time to time. It feels very much like that, which I believe that's maybe associated with the business side of things, because there's business affairs happening at the same time the other affairs, like the travel experience, okay, recreation, okay. Hmm. Um. Hmm. Hmm. I just I see the boy. Let me see. The cousin. Are there any cousins? Like, I don't see siblings. I mean, I would imagine the siblings would want to be there, but I'm not really seeing the siblings. Like, I'm seeing somebody else there, though. I'm seeing another, maybe it's a cousin, like another extended family member I am seeing, but not the siblings this time. Right. And yes, that's the ones I'm not really seeing here. I'm only I could only imagine, right, that they would want to be maybe go to Disneyland with the rest of the family, their younger brother, right? That's what. But in my vision, I don't see I don't see the siblings. His siblings, the boy's siblings. I don't see the siblings there, and I get the sense that they are around. They're traveling, but I feel like they're doing their own. They have their own, I guess, sort of time spent, or recreational time. Okay. Hmm. Okay. Hmm. Hmm. Okay. All right. Okay. Right. Usually those that would go on with like a carry on, even. Oh, is that what you mean? Okay. All right. Hmm. Hmm. Okay. Hmm. Right. Oh my gosh. Okay. I believe so. Right. Okay. Hmm. Right. Right. Hmm. Right. Hmm. Right. 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 Okay. No. Right. Hmm. Hmm. Right. Yes. Beautiful. And we would that's my you took one of my part of my phrase. I said these things happen a lot quicker, a lot faster. Because the energy right now is finding problems with issues, so finding solutions. Okay. I'm following. Okay. Yep. Yes. Yes. Right. Yes. Yes. You are. You are doing it correctly. You're doing it right. Hmm. Yeah. Okay. Right. Okay. Right. Right. Yes. Okay. Sure. Well, I'm your vessel. So you're going. You see yourself going there. You got your things, but luggage. You got his luggage, and you're just saying you're gonna stay who he is, and you're pronouncing him, and then his luggage gets situated. Your luggage is next. Yours gets situated. I can see you playing this out. The good thing is that this is real, that there really are such thing as diplomats, and they do move differently. And when you're make and for that consideration, the idea of you're like you're tied in with them, just know that it's this is real, though as it sounds like like a chapter from a book, a really great book or a novel, or a piece of a scene from right out of the movie, an action packed movie. But you're that one in that scene. you're in the scene, and this is happening in real life, by the way. So as much as it's a movie for an angel, but it's really or a movie concept, this is also this really does happen. There's people like yourself really having these experiences that you can't really talk about, at least for now, you know, that will one day make a great book, or yeah, as you said before. So it feels like you just have to, yeah, you're going through your mind, you're processing all of this, that this is real, and then it'll flow. Hmm. Hmm. Right. Hmm. Hmm. Okay. 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 Yes. Hmm. Right. The lounge is a wonderful place to go and just sit and just let all of your worries to for like the time while you're there just but just to release it. Imagine that, a place where you're taken care of, and of course everything is nearby, and all of the, let's say, lattes that you can have, or cocos, or drinks. Think of it, imagine it like that. Okay. Mm, okay. Right. Hmm. Right. I get this strong sense that as that's what you're working out now is this playing out this scene, and it's like you don't get like the move unlike the movies, you don't that you being the performer, you don't get to say, oh, can I try that again one more time. They're not going to say, cut, this is a 43rd take, right? You have to get this right the first time, like this is real life, right? In your mind, you're getting it right. I see you getting it right. I know, you know how I know that you're gonna get this right? Because she wasn't coming until you were absolutely sure you were coming. That's the only reason why she was uncertain. Because remember, I would say that I would said, she doesn't want to go without you. She's not going, and she's not like you'll find. Even if she was going, yeah, no, she's gonna go. She would wait until she has confirmation. You say, well, why hadn't she just gone? Because she was waiting for getting confirmation that you're coming. It was so important that you were to come, and then you asked, "Do you think I'll drive in America?" It's so funny when you asked that, and it's so funny we're talking about you actually because you said, "I think I'm gonna chauffeur. I probably should ask me to chauffeur while I'm over there." I wouldn't doubt it. I could do it. I would. You said I would need to. to drive around the block once or twice for about 30 minutes, but I could do it. You said that. You said that weeks ago. Oh, sure. Okay, will do. You need me to let you go? And for a second? You need me to let you you know, you need me to let you go for a second, baby? You need me to let you go for a second? Okay. For a second? You need me to let you go for a second? It's okay. You need me to let you go for a second? It's okay. Hmm. Oh boy. So, she's discovering that I was right about everything. You see, that's why I took a week off too. I was like, girl, because she kept following every little grain of sand of, the sand clock, so to speak. Like watching the sand, like watching what is it, watching water boil. Just called back today and said, everything you said is right, by the way. She was like, oh, well, I'm not going here. Guess what? She changed her mind. This. Oh, yeah. And she went on the date. When I mentioned that, because she said, okay, I want you to read me. I want you to see what you get. I read that date. She was like, I've got to stop you right there. She couldn't believe it. She says, yeah, we went on a little date. um, they're coming to America. Um, they're diplomats, royalty. So, mm, um, we're just like really working together to make her dreams come true. Hmm. um, I told her that we haven't got to the part about the finances. She's being trusted with finances. Mm. Hello. Okay. A pleasure. Yes. We got you back. Yes. Mm-hmm. 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 Right. Mm-hmm. Right. And the best way to do it is to see it as, so you don't have to think in the form of a million tries. We're thinking in terms of this is your experience in life is real, and you're deserving. You get to go onto a journey, a trip, take a trip to America, if you will. Um, and you feel good about it. This is where you fit. You are the perfect fit for this role. And anywhere, and of course, anywhere you go in the world. But specific. This is a very specific thing. This you specifically, manifesting this for yourself, and you're deserving of this journey. This is part of the journey. It happens to be America, but it's you're deserving of that. Number one, because we imagine what that performer has to go through in playing the role, but we have to think of the person playing the role, how they feel about being who they are, and being Anusha, who you are. Here you are going on, getting the bags together, getting ready. You got the 5 o'clock. You can't stop thinking about it. You know that I like. No one wants to oversleep, and or no. That's not. That's right. That's not possible. You're going to, go there and and follow this journey and be as bold as you need to be to move those bags. Get your bags, his and the boys' bags checked in, and you're going to be ready to go to get on that plane, and you're going to have a beautiful flight. You'll be well rested, maybe a little bit jet lag, but you're going to be well rested, and you're going to arrive. And but remember, it was meant for you. Okay, so you've had it pretty nice thus far, but it's not ideal the way that you've had to like live as you state. But remember, you're also living, you're moving to a life of, I'm gonna say those words again, opulence, luxury, wellness. You know why she wants wellness. She's in the realm, been the public eye comes with anxiety. She's like like you said, you have to be like more relaxed as she. Yes, even you are now public eye, especially when you get to guitar. But you're in the mist, you're in the circle, very close to the eye, to the center, being with the family. So close to the family, but out of circumstance become part of public eye. So yes, you're gonna be seen. You're gonna have a taste of that shared anxiety. But like you said, you also know how to relax. And by the way, your personality isn't bothered by any of that. The only thing you'd be thinking about is I hope I do and say everything and get everything right. But like the anxiety of being people looking at you, being about and moving about you, that doesn't affect your personality. I think you flow very well in those circumstances. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Right. Okay. Okay. Yes. Mm-hmm. Right. Right. Right, where we know that you can't that some princesses shouldn't be outshining other princesses or the queen. Yeah, that's right. But I still don't. I mean, makes that language makes sense, perfect sense to you. Like New Testament language is like it's meant for royalty people to understand. So always read it from your perspective. But so you're right, but she's not. I don't. I mean, I get the sense that she just want you to be modest. I think she likes to be modest. She comes with modesty these days. She likes for you to be modest as well. She moves that way. She has to. She has to. Her life depends upon it to move that way. That's just the kind of world we live in. But you also, like she does want you to become rested in your feminine. Like she wants you to have like to fall in love with health and wellness, the wellness. Yep, she does, but she's not thinking that, oh, you're outshining her today and it's such and such. She's not. Isn't I mean that that's not so much, or at least in depth. Her depth is relax, Anusha. Yes, this is an important position, but we can be modest. We discovered over the years that it's better to have good spirits. Your peace of mind is far more important than anxiety and trying to be. something that is unattainable. Like just be us. We're just gonna be us, and but we're gonna travel, of course, in high standard and money. We're gonna travel in money because you are. You're gonna travel in money, and but that's a good thing, you know. That's a good thing for you, and it's only going to increase. You mentioned guitar, and I said she's going to even okay. She's gradually embracing you into getting comfortable in this lifestyle. Wait till you get to guitar. Oh yeah, I'm telling you, it's going to go so far up, and it's going to be consistently. You're on your way to consistently being in that realm of higher wellness, where she will see you enjoying your life, Anusha. Where she wants to see that. You know she does. Mm, okay. Mm, oh my. Mhm. 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 Yep. See. Mhm. Right. Mhm. Okay. Right. Right. Yeah, right. And exactly. And of course, you know, she chose you because we know that you have a very strong personality. You know, you're very level-minded, very and strong mind. You're going to tell that whomever is tending to you at the time, this one needs to be done, and it's going to get done exactly because you're going to convey it the way that you know how to do it. You know how to tell people what to do because that's the job you have. That's the job you are assigned. It's part of the job that's assigned to you, which is a good thing because she loved your personality. She trusts you, like you said, getting that's always a thing. You think, will we arrive there? We hope we arrive there in plenty of time so we can get to where we need to be. You know, because it could take so much time to get to your checkpoints, check-in points. It makes someone nervous. But I just have a sense that you're going to do this like perfectly and stay in the time. Like find the zones where you need to be, where you need to go. I have a feeling you're gonna find those zones. Hmm. Say it plainly. Gotcha. That's right. She's gonna make you, because like no, Nusha, you gotta have a life of your. Okay, for example, she says the first day when we get there, she's gonna be jet lagged. That means the first day you're gonna have to yourself. Imagine that. But I was just bringing that up as a an opener to guitar. Because okay, so when I was mentioning about she making you have a asking you, remember I would always say many. I said this a few times, and Rita said she's gonna ask you, Anusha, now I need to know this. Are you happy? Are you, people treating you well? You know, do you feel good? Are you getting settled in? Are you comfortable? How confident are you? You know, on the road and things like that. And she's gonna say, Anusha, you know, you got to have time for Anusha. You gotta go out there, you know, go out and see what's out there. See, go visit some shops. You know, go to some dinery or go to a place where you know, like a little place where you can have you know, some drinks. I mean, like a, you know, what it may be like latte drinks. I'm imagining, uh, teas. Yes, absolutely. W- Right. Well, that you know that she's going to. They said afford. They said specifically. I would always say she's going to afford you the lifestyle of health and wellness, the lifestyle of wellness and comfort. Specifically, I also use that word and comfort. And you know, she likes the idea of you know, attending a gym. She likes that you're active because that's what it promotes. She likes that. That's a part of another aspect, an aspect of your adorable personality, that you are active, you like the gym. She's interested in you uh, being in the gym. Of course, he has the older children, right? You have energy for them, and you will have those things. So, like she likes what you've shown and revealed so far. She's liked. She's you know, praised. You have all the you fit the bill like a perfect piece of the puzzle with their family, because the children, all of them, the boy who are all like energetic, and you're active, and you also take time to, you know, invest in, you know, and keeping your energy up, keeping your health up, keeping your appearance up. She, yeah, and then your personality, you're just like very she trusts you. She trusts you in the day one. It was not, it was more about she trying to see if you're real. So you're more than anyone expected, so including the company that aligned you both, but also her family. You're like you more than what they expected. They could have got less for more, but they got more for the for right price, and of course there's more to come. More what do you call it? More like raises, promotions to come, and they're proud of that. They're like, we don't mind, you know, and they know that you already gave them that, you already made sure, look, I'm not here to take you for granted. Just take care of me, take care of my expenses. And she's like, no, that's not even it. That's not even a problem. It's more like, well, of course it's not. We're just saying that it's more like, can we get along? Can we like really look after each other? You really feel like we can fall they say love each other like as family? You think we can really be truly be a family? It's like that. That's what you everybody's been proving, and more and more and more, you're proving everybody's. Yeah, I know that she's proving you right, but you're proving her right that yes, we all can travel together. We can travel this lifetime together, and you truly are part of our soul tribe. And this is all guitar, but I know your journey is just now beginning, so I'm blessing that at the same time. But definitely guitar. You're gonna have your life, because she's gonna make sure that you have time for yourself and that you're enjoying this your stay there, while but also enjoying your work there as well. You're gonna enjoy it. Beautiful, of course. Okay. Hmm. Okay. Hmm. Yes. Is that when I said that she's making you, of course she said here she is affording you to have a life of your own. It isn't a life, as they say, like we can find a local employers. They will give us the bare minimum, like here's enough to get you to work. Is enough to nourish you to get ready to come to work. We give you enough gas money, of course, to come to work. Right. So now she is affording you to having a lifestyle. In fact, when we say that, it isn't just to go out and and find a nice comfortable spot, just kind of like get away and unwind. No, she does mean like getting on well with meeting a special interest or an interest. Of course she's going to look after you, if some, of course you would know who's right for you, but she would still look after you, if a guy does not meet the qualifications. I know, like family member, she's going to say, and you can stay away from minutia. Stay away from her. But besides that, besides the jokes aside, we already know you're going to meet a very special person. Yes, we know you're going to meet a very special, one special person, though, although I do believe that men are finding, well, you are attractive, and men say so. You have no problem in that area. I don't believe women, that's not a woman's issue. The issue is which suitor does she feel comfortable with? Which one is the best for her? So when I speak about you meeting a special someone, it's not that, oh, only one. I think there's a special guy that's going to appeal to you, but I think that other guys will be looking, and I think that that's not going to be an issue, and I believe that she's going to say, yes, I want you to go out there and really have a great time. Like you met a nice guy that you speak with who's a friend. Good, good. Do you like him? Things like that. And then so you have some nice clothes, and you moving around nice. You have a nice little money put to side. You can to kind of do what you want. Get around, and he's like, well, he's inviting, he's paying, and so so it's just that's what I mean. Like you really are going to be in wellness. You're going to be in comfort and comfortably. I love this part when I said you're going to be in a position where you're comfortably meeting a nice fella. Comfortably. Yes, that's right. And she's going to love every bit of it because she's like that. She's saying, we want you to feel good. So like when you're around and you're working and you come in, I mentioned you come in glowing. She says, okay, you're glowing. Okay, you're having a great time then. That's good. That's a good sign. Okay, got you. Yes, I'm so happy that everything has worked out for you. That's how I've been worrying about this past time. So you have calmed my nerves. I was like, okay, spirit, what's come tell me, fill me in. You got to tell me what's going on with Anusha, what's going on. Or is she going to work? Is she? And the spirits is like, you just wait. You wait till you log in, and you'll hear all about it. So I'm so happy to hear that you are going in the direction that you're meant to go. You manifested these things, and it sounds like you manifested your first try. You did it correctly, and you see, and it happened. First try, that's true manifestation. The first try. Okay. Yeah. Want you to relax. The family wants you to go quiet. The universe. Okay. Oh yeah. Oh yes. You've always been private. Okay. Oh. Yes. Yeah. Exactly. Don't tell them. Make them buy the book. Okay. Exactly. That's family speak. That's how soul tribes can talk. They can speak in code, and it's good that she also, like you said, when you ask, is she, it's worried, worried if she trusts you or not. She must trust you. Here's the black card. Take care of that. Thank you. Like the more and more and more, you'll see that she trusts you. She'll show it, outwardly showing you. Hmm. Okay. Okay. Yay! That changes everything. Everything I said happened. So she's going over there. Of course, she's traveling with royalty. She was explaining how, the diplomat, of course, they get to, how they travel. I was like telling her, it was funny because she doesn't want me to read into her to know things, and I'm like, I'm just telling you, I'm past. Look, it's like, yeah. So you got to go. You're going into the black. You're going. That's why I talk. You're going to the dark. It's like, huh? You're like, what do you do? Like, yeah. You also they're going to here, and this is why you can go there. United States and guitar. They're really great friends. And she's like, huh? They're like, how are you supposed to know? You're not supposed to. Are you reading me? Or that's like, relax. Like, there's things I'm not even telling you. It's like, okay, well, here, so I told her some things. I said, look, first of all, guitar in America right now, they're getting along really well. So calm down. So she's coming to America. She's so excited, and she's being trusted. But before I took my week break, she was like, I'm in, well, she changed her mind. We're not going to America. We're not doing this. We're not doing that. We're not going to. I'm like she's talking to me, and I gave the reading like less than 24 hours of like, okay. So I had to step away. Like, here, I'm gonna, because she was like literally watching water boil. She's watching this little grains of in the sand clock like fall, and I'm like, oh boy. So I just took that week, and I was like, look, now things are picking up. Now, what do you have to say? She's like, okay, everything you said came true. Of course, I put it back onto her to let her know, no, you manifest, and you brought this into existence. Because I did ask her to manifest. I said, no, you need to manifest. You need to start putting out. This is time you need to start putting out those affirmations. Because she was like, well, what this, what about that? What about this? What about this? What about that? What about that? I know I'm obsessing. I'm obsessing. I'm obsessing. I know I'm obsessing. I'm like, you're not obsessing. It's just that I'm not going to be here, and you're like, say, oh, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. You know what? That's a really great thumbnail. Yeah. That thumbnail is bad. That's a really nice thumbnail. I'm not kidding. Okay, so anyway, I'm telling a story, and the story goes. I have one more hour. Gosh, how long have I been on? I'll stay on for a little while. Okay, I don't know if I can. I'm gonna try to stay on. Okay, so this is a lot. Oh, she went on her. She was okay. So she told me. She says, "Okay, I want you to read me. I want you to see what. Okay, see if it's correct or not. Go ahead, read me." So I read her. She thought I was gonna say, "You're going to America, coming to America, aren't you?" She wanted me to say that, but I already covered that. I already said you're going to America. So what I said is, you're supposed to be manifesting. You're supposed to be manifesting the family. Oh yeah, you're supposed to go on a date. Well, maybe not right now, but later. You're going on dates, and you're preparing to go. She's like, I've got to stop you right there, right there. I've got to stop you right there. And so she talked and talked, and like 30 minutes in, she says, "Okay, yeah, we did go on a date." Like, okay, okay, yeah, yes, and guess what? We are going to America. It was like right there on the tip. It was like, you, I already said you were coming to America. It was just a matter of believing it. So it's like, you had to know that you were accepted, you're protected, and you're welcomed because they've been watching the news, and then what people around them who are not engaging diplomats are like, they're still talking about the whole, you know, they're the Jesus Christ coming soon group, like look what they're doing over there. They're having riots. It's, they're not working with anybody. So they're looking at from that. So I had to correct all of that information. Y'all messing up business. You have royalty people afraid to come to America. I'm like, oh my gosh, that's pretty scary. When royalty people are when you got Illuminati scared to shooken up, they can't come to America. That that is really scary. Y'all, that was made me terrified. When you have royalty, when you have the crowns of the powers of the world are even hesitant of coming to America. Oh, you're royalty? Well, what can we do for you? Well, this type of royalty, they're very humble and they keep to themselves. So they're not like the kids who come over who are like princes and princesses. They're not looking for all that from y'all. So sorry. Mhm. So, but anyway, so I have a fancy nanny. A fancy nanny is called a governess. So if you say, uh, you want a nanny? No, you want a governess. If you really got it, you say, oh, you ask for a governess. A governess, my governess. Oh boy, she is everything like you think of, like like the nanny that shows up to not only educate your kid, she'll because she got masters, but she also like does arts and crafts. She's very fit, so she likes exercise. You know, she's magnetic. She has an explosive personality, but with a degree. I have a GED and explosive personality. No, no. She has a master's and she's taught at the top prestigious private school. I believe. I believe it's a private and religious, but it's one of the best, the top. So, anyways, um, and people who meet her just fall in love with her. Like she's just so adorable. Mhm. Anyway, so we're making sure that she gets the best, that she gets everything in this life that she wants, that she deserves it. She deserves so much, so many good things. So we're making sure that she's able to have those things, that she's able to achieve those things. But like we would do with anybody, by the way, she just happens to be a person who I'm reading for today. It was funny because she's in this dialogue of they have the kings and queens, and she says, so I had to try not to outshine her. It's like, oh no, we're not letting you go back there. She tried to. I think we all do that every now and then. We connect with the spirit of restoration, and it feels good to be a servant. I was like, oh no, 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 no. She's like, no, no, no. It's not about. No, no. You look nice, but she said, yeah, I got rid of my bling, because no, no. It's just humble. You're just gonna be modest, not humble. Excuse me, modest. You're just having some modesty. That's all. She's modest. She's learned to be. It comes with anxiety to be like you're in the spotlight. Of course, she likes being in the light. She says, I'm no longer the star. Yes, she is the star. She is a star. Literally. It's so funny. She says, I'm not the star. So I'm going to have to like gradually help her with that one because her tarot card for Aquarius is actually Zar, which is the Hebrew letter, of course, to Zar, but is actually the star. The star. The star. Higher Arcana is her tarot card. I'm no longer the star. She's so funny. Well, she did really well today in these readings, so I'm gonna let her have that, and then we'll correct it in the future. Tell her story. Tell her story the right way, and I want to continue to create and manage people's lives. I had to like bounce something back on her. Like, look, this is not like I know this is not like a therapy session because there's a room for opinion. No, this is okay. It's like, look, I gotta correct something. You are going to pass this probationary period. She said she had the nerve to say, I don't know if I'm gonna make it to pass the probationary period. That's how she opened up the reading. I was like, well, no. We need to correct something. You you are definitely 1,000%. You're going to get this. Um, this you're gonna get past this, and you're going to this next chapter. You know, yeah, you're gonna pass your probationary period. So stop saying that you're not. Okay. All right. So I'm gonna end it there and take my hour and was that hour and 20? Is that how much I have? Or like an hour and 20. Okay, I'm gonna end that there. Hold on. Let me take that.